Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft 1.16. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We have one really big project that we're working on, which is the lighthouse, and for that we need a bunch of materials. So last episode I mentioned we're going to do some resource gathering, and part of that is we need to create a big smelting system, essentially, in order to get a bunch of stone out of all this cobblestone, since we don't have silk touch yet. So the build is pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. It's going to be a little bit of a tutorial series. This one I found again on Kmon's channel. There'll be a link in the description below. So if you want to check that out, go over and show him some appreciation, that would be really good. But for the materials that we're going to be needing today, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. We're going to need 2 chests, 16 furnaces. This is scalable, by the way. So if you want to have a slightly smaller build, you could do that with less furnaces, less hoppers. Or if you want to, make it quite a bit bigger, you would just need more hoppers, more furnaces, etc., more rails, all that good stuff. So let's jump right into it here. Let's clear out some space for us. And we're going to start with chests and we're going to start with hoppers. Let's grab our furnaces. And we'll just start there for now. So first things first, grab your chests and throw them down into the ground right here. So we basically created a 1 block kind of gap. I believe I've dug out 18 blocks. I'll verify that here in a second. But essentially, you're going to hold shift so that you can start placing these hoppers. And you're just going to place them all down the line here. But nothing too crazy, nothing too advanced. And then at the end, you got to jump up, you got to throw one down right there. And then you're going to do the exact same thing, but with your furnaces. So you're going to hold shift again. And the reason we're holding shift is otherwise you'll access the hopper. That's the only reason we're doing that. We're not trying to be super sneaky or anything. It's just the way that we have to do it. So after you get that done, we're going to switch over back to our hoppers, and we're going to go along the backside holding shift, and we're going to throw, actually, do we have to, yeah, we have to hold shift. Yep. So a lot of shift. You're going to give your pinky a little bit of a workout here. So you're just going to go all the way back, and you're going to throw them right into the back there. And then similarly, we're going to hold shift, and I think we can probably do this out front. Yeah. And you're going to put a row of hoppers across the top of your furnaces. Now, one quick note is this build is set up for furnaces so we can kind of smelt or cook anything we want, right? If you have more of a specialized build, say you have smokers or blast furnaces, you can swap these out for those instead if you want to. Just keep in mind that there are certain limitations, right? So if you have smokers, you can't do ore and stone. If you have blast furnaces, you can't do food, and I don't think they do cobblestone either. So I don't know. They're a little bit quicker, but furnaces are a little bit easier to use in my humble opinion. So what's next? We're going to grab our building blocks. This can be any building block that you choose to use. I'm just going to stick with cobblestone because it is absolutely my most readily available resource. So we're going to do 3 on that side. And we're going to do 2 coming off from these back row of hoppers, and then 1 right there. And then we're just going to replicate that exactly the same on the other side. So pretty straightforward. So 1, 2, and 3. Coming off here, we're going to go 1, 2, throw a block right there. Pretty straightforward, right? From here, we're going to come around back, and we're going to grab our powered rails. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 down right here, a normal rail, and then we're going to hold shift again. Lots of pinky workout in this one. And we're just going to go all the way across the top, turn around, make it a little bit easier. I don't know, it's up to you. And then we're essentially going to, let me make sure here. Oop, yep, okay, great. We're going to do a normal rail, powered rail. Just that easy. Similarly, we're going to do powered rail, normal rail, and then across the back, powered rails all the way across. Yeah, but The hardest component really to get for anything is, well, A, you need a fair amount of iron to build this. The other part of it being, you need a little bit of gold for all these powered rails too. So here's kind of the next important step here. We're going to come around, and on the corner of the top, we're going to break that powered rail, and we're going to replace it with a piece of cobblestone or whatever building block of your choice. Just like that. Pretty straightforward, right? And then we're kind of ready to put our levers in here. And you can place these, anywhere that they make sense for you to do it. If you want them out front or if you want to hide them, it's completely up to you. But let's start over here because this is kind of the important side. So we're going to place a lever right here. So that's just one in, right? It's on the same block actually as your powered rails are, if that helps. And we're actually just going to do the exact same on this side. I'm not really concerned about making this look pretty or anything like that. So, if you want to kind of try to hide some stuff, you can do that. It's up to you. And then for these two long rows of powered rails, we're going to come, in the middle or wherever you see that makes most sense to you. And we're just going to throw one block down. And you can just throw a lever on there anywhere you want, except for the front probably. So either on the sides or in the back of it. And we're just going to flip that on, right? So now these two big rows of powered rails are active. We're going to flip that guy because we want that to always be active. These are the two levers you can hide, by the way. You don't ever have to press them again if you don't want to. And just for a demonstration here, we're going to flip this. And you can see that these two powered rails turn on as well. So now we're kind of nearing the end of this already. It's a really quick build. It's not super hard by any means. And we're just going to throw 2 minecarts with chests on top of those powered rails that are currently in the off position, right? Make sure that they're in the off position. Otherwise, you're going to run into a little bit of trouble there. And I'm just going to grab out all the cobblestone that I can find down here. Oops. Pick that guy up. Is that it? We got one more little stack right there. Okay, so this is kind of how this works. In the top, we're going to put everything that we want to smelt, right? So I'm going to throw all of my cobblestone in there. Great, we've done it. And then you got to come around back and throw in all of your coal or whatever fuel source you're using. If you're using kelp blocks or, whatever else there might be, throw it in the back there and then you should be good to go. And then all you need to do is come around once you've put everything in these two chests, flip that switch, and you'll see these minecarts going back and forth on both sides. One's depositing all the coal or fuel, and one's depositing all the stuff that we actually want to have smelted here. So you can see, well, you can see really quickly that it's draining these blocks as it goes back and forth. So it's putting one in every time it goes down, and then one again every time it comes back. And it's essentially fueling these 16 furnaces, or however many furnaces you have placed down. And it's just throwing fuel in there, and it's throwing the resources in there. And then at the end, they're all just going to get dropped into this large chest. And you can set up a big network of these if you need to, depending on how big your operation is. Sorry if there's a rough cut here, but I wanted to make sure that I also mentioned this lever one more time. So after you've placed everything in there and all the resources are getting drained out, and you can check it, right? So as it comes back, you can right click on this. Okay, it's empty, right? So how do we stop it? You just flip that lever again. That turns off those powered rails right there for both the input and the fuel chest. And then you can come and restock them, however you need to. And then when you're ready, just boop, flip it on again. And there they go. Okay, we're going to get you back to the video and stuff in this world. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it useful. If you did, hit the like button. It does help me out so very much. And subscribe to the channel if you want to kind of follow along with the Minecraft series or any of the other series that we have going on. Right now we're running a series for Foundation, which is a really cool city building game. But I hope it helps. I really do. And we'll see you guys next episode. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.